Good evening. Good evening. We had an NFL all day pack drop today. I'm going to try to pull that George Pickens catch. We're going to have some VIPs swinging by to rip some packs. We got Andy here. We got Jack recapping Monday Night Football. Maybe a little Bored Ape Yacht Club litigation talk. You know, just the total range we exhibit on this show on a weekly basis. Jack, Andy, Jack, when did you get back from Kansas City? You're muted? Can you hear him, Andy?
No, I can't hear him.
No.
Maybe it's a bit.
This is a good bit. We'll go to you, Andy. How are things going? Last we talked to you, you were there was a water incident at the house.
Yeah, so I mean, they're gonna have to replace their entire kitchen and everything. So literally, while that was all going down, while we were on the stream, Allie and her dad and her mom were trying to stop the water from running all throughout the kitchen, wet vacuuming the floor, all of this. Now there's these massive holes in the ceiling that are there from all the water damage, and there wasn't running water for a day. Pretty big shit show. The basement's pretty flooded.
Meanwhile, you're just upstairs drafting underdog teams. No care in the world.
Yeah. I'd say Allie was slightly annoyed with that, which I felt was pretty fair.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those tough spots too, because you're like, is there something I can actually help with here, or would I just be standing around watching people do stuff?
Yeah, well, I also didn't know. I heard someone kind of yell, but these are pretty good at noise canceling. And I texted Allie and I was like, hey, did something happen? I think I heard your dad yell. And she was just like, don't use the water. And I was like, okay. And she's like, yeah, there's a leak. And I was like, okay, I won't go pee. Sounds good. And I didn't really have the full context. I just could tell that clearly there was more happening. And so I was like, all right, guys, I think this is worse than Allie's letting on. I should go check it out.
Well, glad that you guys have stayed dry. You did mention we were drafting basketball teams last week. I do have to show it. I had a brutal DFS week, but Andy, the Hail Mary team we drafted, I remember begrudgingly being like, fine, we took Geno, Lockett, and Metcalf. I guess we'll take Taysom Hill. Lo and behold, we caught the Taysom Hill 30-point week, finished in 7th place in the Hail Mary. So we're going to have to run back a draft tonight because yeah, it was the CTS run good there. For a while, we were in
what was the rest of that place. Team?
So the one that killed us was James Robinson because we had Justin Jefferson and then that game stack.
Wow, that was a really good team.
It was very, very close to being great. 127, although holy shit. First place had 163.
Can we see what his team was? If we
if
you click it should work. No,
this is a screenshot.
I can pull up the Hail Mary too if we need.
Whoa, is that all you have left in your account, Pete?
What do you mean?
What you won? And
some of us have already started to blast off on pick'ems for this week. I did a resurrection draft today. I'm already spending my winnings quickly here. Where are we here? Daily.
I cashed on the Hail Mary as well, but it wasn't as good. I got it. He had Kirk Cousins, Derrick Henry, Lenny Fournette, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, Taysom Hill.
Oh, God.
What a crazy draft. Didn't even stack anything with the Kirk Cousins. He just had a flyer Kirk Cousins QB.
We talk about correlation too much. Sometimes you just draft the stone nuts at every position, and it's an easy game.
And then the guy who got second got 4.5 points from A.J. Brown and still got second. And he had Justin Fields as his quarterback. Really goes to show that any given Sunday. Huh?
Any given Sunday, except most Sundays for me, but any given Sunday. Jack, how is Kansas City? I was legitimately jealous of that barbecue meal you posted. I normally don't get engagement farmed by you, but I was compelled to reply to your Instagram post. That looks so good.
Yeah, the influencer game came into play. The blue check finally paid off on Twitter. And I was just going to Joe's Barbecue. It's where everyone said to go. So I tweeted, I'm going. What should I get? They slid into my DMs as we were 10 minutes away, said, are you coming? I was like, yeah, I'll actually be there in 5 minutes. He was like, ask for Eric in the back. Eric came out when I got there and hooked up me, and it was 4 of us there. We had every single meat they have. The Z-Man is like their famous sandwich. It's brisket, smoked provolone, onion rings, barbecue sauce on a Kaiser roll. It was, I mean, the ribs were by far the best thing too.
Great too.
Yeah,
Dude.
The ribs were by far the best thing, which I would never have picked that as the number one, and that was the clear number one. And that's their own draft beer. You have beans, spicy mac and cheese, fries, onion rings. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
I'm sure I'll piss off like Kitchen and all the Nashville guys, but I've gotten barbecue multiple times in Nashville. It's really good. This looks better than that.
I don't think that is Nashville considered like the top? I thought it was like Texas or Kansas City.
And yeah, and then I think like maybe the Carolinas for like a different kind of different style. That's where
like ribs in St. Louis and white barbecue. Yeah. I had Texas barbecue the day before. I was in Dallas for the weekend, and yeah, that definitely smashed it. But I've had really good Texas barbecue at like Franklin's.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was amazing.
And then tell us about, I mean, what's going on with this Jackson Mahomes dance, Jack? I mean, clearly a content play, but at what cost?
Yeah. So this one, look, you know that I'll do everything for content. This is over the line, but my brother and I during COVID had a series called Super Madden Bros, where we would play each other in Madden. The loser had to do challenges. We brought it back for Monday Night Football. And we asked the comment section to come up with our punishments, and they said you have to do a Jackson Mahomes TikTok. I had to do it because going to the yellow rope.
Monday tour, yeah,
I had to do it because of the yellow rope.
Nice shot at Devontae Adams' ass there.
Yes, Devontae Adams cleats. We had
who's
the owner? Mark Davis.
Devontae Adams.
I think he should probably be suspended, right?
I totally think so.
1 game.
Yeah, because my thought is, at the very least, they want to make an example of him. Like, you just can't go decking. Although, when you watch the side angle thing, where the guy, like, obviously there's no reason for Devontae Adams to shove him, but there's also no reason for that guy to like run in front of him across the way.
Oh, I don't know.
Have you seen the angle on it?
I saw the angle. Schefter, my arch nemesis Adam Schefter tweeted it, quote tweeted it. I thought he was just walking past him because he had to go do something. It's hectic down there. At the end of the day, Pete, think about it. Imagine you're at your day job and someone walks in front of you and you just shove them over. Like, it is the most ridiculous thing. Just
it's like, should he have been there? No, but whatever. It's irrelevant.
Right. Imagine you're on the set of you're on the set of a movie shoot and someone walks in front of you and you just shove them over.
I don't want to be in the business of defending this shove. I just have to play a little devil's advocate here. All right. Also, he has a little cover. I mean, Draymond Green just cold clawed someone and a little less offensive. How was the atmosphere at the Chiefs game? That I've always wanted to go to Arrowhead.
Yeah, so we're through 5 weeks of Snapback Mondays. Ironically, we've done Seattle, Buffalo, and Kansas City through 5, which I think are going to be the 3 top atmospheres. Lambeau will be really cool in December, but atmosphere-wise, Seattle was the loudest for sure. Their stadium's built for noise, and it was Russ's return, so they had a little extra juice in them. I actually found Buffalo to be slightly louder than Kansas City, but it was a weird KC game. They trailed to begin. The loudest they initially got was on the roughing the passer call, which was hilarious. And then by the end, there was just no every touchdown was a 1-yard touchdown to Kelsey. So there wasn't these pops. I didn't know, but Chiefs fans actually describe it as a pop. I had never really heard that before, but they at halftime, I was talking to some of the fans and they like were ranking the top pops at Arrowhead, and it was like the Mahomes spin run against the Titans, they said, was the absolute loudest like it ever peaked. So I would imagine that they would pass Buffalo and are probably equal, if not past Seattle, in like the right big moment. They've seen a lot. It was crazy at halftime. They were down 20-10. They're really getting killed. And I asked one of the fans, like, you think you'll win? And he was like, yeah, probably. Like, it's nuts what they've experienced with Mahomes and the comebacks. And they've really just got this confidence. Sunday will be fun. I think Buffalo wins. I think Buffalo's the better team. But I still think, like, playoffs, Chiefs have their number. So we'll see.
Yeah, I've still just been, despite it does seem like Mahomes is just carrying them right now, and that they have no one outside of Kelsey really stepping up. Like Juju's been such a disappointment.
Yeah.
He sucks.
He really does. He really does. They got to free my boy Sky Moore. They need something.
They started to.
Yeah,
they started to. He had his most whatever snaps last night, and the fans like him after he left the punt.
I had a pretty insane fantasy comeback. I was tweeting about it a little bit this week.
Oh, I did see that
during that game. Yeah, it's in like a league I'm in with like D's and a bunch of crypto guys. Ryan Hodges is in it, a few random people. But I went into the Monday night game with Mahomes, Kels, and Josh Jacobs. And I was down by like 90 fantasy points.
Holy shit. And you got 94 combined from those guys?
Yeah, totally insane. I assumed I had no chance. But, I mean, really, like, I had convinced myself there was a world where Mahomes and Kels, like, do something crazy. But the fact that Josh Jacobs also got me 30 fantasy points was, like, pretty insane.
Yeah, I have to take an L on Josh Jacobs, man. I was full fading him, and he looks so good right now.
He was running hard. He was just like running straight.
He looks so good. Like it's not even like his usage rate. Like he looks like one of the best running backs in the league right
explosive.
Now. Catching the ball, yeah.
I like Andy. This team name and photo is incredible. I think you should league is
I don't
so
get
good.
it.
Oh God, Andy, are we gonna help this
It's
kid
like
out?
Have you ever seen my memes on Twitter? Like I think you should leave. Memes.
Is it like from your show? What's the show?
Like,
What's the show?
Like 95%
I think you should leave.
Content.
Oh, the show's called I Think You Should Leave?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then it's a pun because then there's also a really good Twitter account called I Think You Should League Pass that also does that. And he has the photo of one of the characters that Tim Robinson plays. It also had to be satisfying to beat a Moonbird avatar as well, Andy.
I mean, that always feels good. Anytime I can bring a little pain to the Kevin Rose Alumni Association, I'll take it. But this team has been like such an anomaly. It's like a weird team. It's a really weird team. And
looks like a great team.
I really fucked up the draft, but like I got super lucky. And so I don't even want to talk about it. This past week, I dropped Kenny Walker III for Mike Boone.
No.
Wow.
So now that's a fucking max free agent buck bid for a player I just dropped.
Dude, I'll tell you, you're not alone.
That's literally like in the NFT bull market. Like you would sell something for like 2 ETH after you bought it for 1, and then it's like 9 ETH, and you go and buy it.
You're not alone though, because like you would think, we were doing like the waiver wire shows on SiriusXM, and I would be like, I guarantee there's no chance Kenneth Walker is available in your league. And then people kept calling in being like, should I pick up Kenneth Walker? I'm like, yes, you should pick up fucking Kenneth Walker. They're like, how much should I spend? 100%. They go, I've been sitting on my first waiver claim. Should I burn it on Kenneth Walker? I'm like, yes, this is the best waiver wire pickup that will come across the wire all year. Sorry, Andy, I didn't mean to rub it in like that.
It's okay. I mean, he really hadn't done very much going into that. And my running backs are strong. So, like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if my wide receiver situation was a little better, I wouldn't have done it. I would have dropped, like, Tyler Boyd. And in retrospect, I should have just dropped Tyler Boyd. It was dumb not to. But, you live and you learn.
Jack, do you know what you were?
My team's pretty good, though.
What's up?
Your team looks very good. Jack, I was saying you were a genius for doing this Monday Night Football road trip. Can you imagine if you did a Thursday Night Football road trip, the shitty games that you would have been watching all year? You'd be heading to Commanders Bears this week.
I know. I mean, with that being said, I am seeing the Broncos play on Monday night this week, and then it's Bears Patriots. So I wouldn't say the next 2 weeks are quite the best, but yeah. Monday night seems to be better than Thursday.
We got to figure something out for that. I'll come hang out at Foxborough pregame with you for Bears Patriots. Andy, you want to do a little road trip? Go to the Pats game.
What week is this?
What is it? 2 weeks from now?
It's 10/24.
No, I don't even think I want to go to the game. I just want to go to the tailgate and jack around and.
You want to do content plays.
Well, then you can get out of you can get out of that shithole of a stadium parking lot before it's too late.
No, I told Alex, my business partner and business manager, he's like, because there's like potentially an influencer suite at the game, there's on-field access, all this stuff. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Figure out how to get me out of that stadium. That is the only thing I care about. That is the worst stadium in the world. Hands down.
Last time I was there, I stand still for 2 hours after the game ended.
Weren't we there for the Bucs?
Yeah, we were at the same game.
Oh,
yeah. I was there for 4. So
awful.
Yeah.
Andy, what did you make of the news today that Yuga Labs, some of their stuff might be considered a security? Was that seemed like the big news story today in NFT land?
So to be totally honest, I think it was like way overblown by Twitter, just because that's what Twitter does. It's like really not that secret of a secret that something was brewing here. I've heard conversations about this as far back as like March, April. Basically, whenever they dropped ApeCoin, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, like there's conversations about, I had heard the New York AG, all these different people were looking into it, like what the fuck." So it's not that surprising, but at the same time, like getting a probe by the SEC is so vastly different than like actually getting fined by the SEC. There's a very long way to go before someone gets fined or anything like that. I think people have like very much so overreacted to it in a lot of ways. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It was inevitable. It's a new crypto company that's a year old that just raised at a $4 billion valuation and has sold hundreds of millions of dollars of digital assets to people. Like, the SEC is going to want to have a conversation with them.
Isn't it a good thing that they're like paying attention to it? Like, I actually thought that, of course, people are going to spin it that way, but I kind of agreed. Like, they have the lawyers, they have the capital, they actually have, I would assume, the legal structure. Like, they could have gone after some NFT projects and gotten some real people in trouble, but I feel like it's going to be amicable. They'll let them see everything. They might have some recommendations. I don't know how the SEC functions.
Probably get a fine, slap on the wrist.
Yeah, something like if they did anything. I feel like it's not a big deal. If anything.
Yeah, I think the like biggest concern is really that it ends up setting some precedent that's like kind of untenable or something where it's like, that's really like the biggest concern in a lot of these, like, where basically you're worried that some regulation is going to come out that's like total bullshit and sets like a really, really bad precedent going forward. I don't think that'll be the case here. I'm not too worried about that like happening. And so, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It also just goes to show you how slowly the wheels of justice move. When, I mean, ApeCoin dropped when? Was that like almost had to have been at least 6 months ago, if not more than that?
Has it been that long?
Yeah, I think so. And it's like you'd think that I assume that's when it got on their radar from a security standpoint, and it's like this much longer. Now they're finally getting around to looking into it. It's just shows how slow moving they are.
But normally I would feel like it would be even slower. Like I actually feel like compared to what they did with the start of crypto,
This
and
is
Bitcoin,
fast comparatively.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, they are slow.
It also goes to show you like how much everything in crypto is just basically news and rumors based, with ApeCoin dropping 10% just on the news of the probe alone.
That's fair though. Like if the SEC, I feel like was maybe not 10%, but that would knock any stock, right?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
It's like Credit Suisse. I don't know if I don't follow it that closely, but like it was all headlines about how they're going to fail, like no confirmation or anything, and that tanked the stock. There's probably some truth to it though.
Yeah, but also you have to assume, like you said, I mean, Yuga has so much money. They have such a massive team. I'm sure they did some heavy vetting with their lawyers and the language of everything with this drop to make sure that they weren't going to get themselves in trouble. Like they're just too much
specific to ApeCoin.
It seems like that's
they didn't really say, but
okay.
I think it'll be mostly ApeCoin and the other deed land sale, if I had to speculate.
I mean, at the very least, it slows them down a little bit too. I mean, it's expensive, those legal battles too.
Yeah.
I assume that will drain a little bit of the war chest at the very least. It's funny too, because I remember after the land sale and ApeCoin, everyone's like, what do they do next? Like I was
just going to ask, like, not even that. What are they doing? Like, what would they say they're doing right now? Building the game?
I think so.
Like, if you ask Yuga leadership on a panel, like, what are you guys working on right now? Like, I assume that would be the answer.
Probably.
Yeah. I guess
building their brand, their metaverse, dude. Wait till you see Ape Fest next year, man.
When is NFT week? When is NFT week 2020? Wait, would it be? It's next summer.
2023. Yeah, this last one already happened.
Yeah, cash bar, cash bar bringer shows. You got to bring 10 people. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Is there anything else going on in NFT land, Andy? I know last week when we had D's on, there wasn't too much going on either.
No, I think the biggest thing has been the conversation around royalties stuff on like Solana and stuff mainly. But I don't know. It's just so like a lot of, I think the Solana NFT marketplace in general is like significantly more cutthroat than the ETH marketplace. And so a lot of those marketplaces are like getting really competitive and like cutting out royalties and doing all this stuff to just try to get, the cheapest NFTs listed as possible on their site. Mm-hmm. And so the biggest project on Solana, DGods, they removed their royalties completely, seemingly in preparation for some of these bigger exchanges to force their hand. But it's honestly like a really annoying conversation that everyone's having around it.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see if anything really comes of it. I doubt it. But it's interesting to see kind of how different, basically like right now people are fighting pretty cutthroat for royalties and like, or to get rid of them and just to like be the most liquid marketplace. Very much so, not a lot of wag me culture right now.
Yeah. Wait, Jack, are you still doing, because you were doing some NFT shows like verticals with your Snapchat TV stuff. Have you still been doing those, or did you just put it on pause?
No, we still do that stuff. We're doing some I would say less only crypto or NFT based. We just kind of cover, we say like the world of money. And so obviously during the bull market and some of the bear market, we covered that only. But now like we'll do collectibles, we'll do general stuff like, LeBron buying the Las Vegas expansion team or whatever is kind of in the realm of money.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely it's very nice that we always have, sports stuff to fall back on, because like I can't imagine doing exclusively like NFT content like
Yeah.
nonstop, because there just ends up being not a lot to talk about.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's just
I
too
guess
early. Like
ask the
unironically, it's too
chat.
early.
Yeah, some of our people who do it daily, I'm sure they're going through that.
Yeah.
But it's not like football, I guess, is the most holistic season. But for you, like, I'm sure there's times where, I mean, obviously preseason and during the season are much higher content times than the off season.
Well, and that's why today the NFL all day drop, like, truthfully, if the moments aren't cool or I think really memorable, I just like shrug it off. But I was like legit excited to get in line for this George Pickens catch, because to me, it's like everything I want in a moment. One, it's a legitimately sick catch. Like it'll probably be the catch of the year. I think it's not quite Odell level, but it's like up there, like for how impressive that was.
It's
And then
really good.
then you couple it with a super exciting rookie who I do think is going to grow into like a top 10 wide receiver in the league. And so then I'm like, okay, this is actually a moment that I'm interested in. Probably the first moment on either, or well, definitely on all day, where I was like, I want this moment.
How much is it going for? Do we know?
I
I'll
was,
look.
it's
not up yet.
They were having fucking delays with their drop.
Oh,
So I'm guessing.
That's shocking.
Wait, the marketplace will be closing October 11th around 1:45 p.m.
Yeah.
And it's still closed.
I had a little influencer luck today. I got the premium and the common, so we can.
Wow.
Actually, Jack, you had the good idea too. Should I maybe open one now?
And then open the common for sure.
Open the common now, and then when Gormanji comes on later. Did you line up for it, Jack?
I didn't. I think I was on the flight for the beginning of it, and then when I got in for the common, I had already missed it. So I do not have a pack, but I still got to get my Lamar moment.
I think you did well waiting, right?
Yeah. So the lowest sale of all time was 1,500, but it was like a super low sale, and then it was settling around 17. But now there's one for 14, so I may just wait it out. It seems like I've seen this market from Dapper before, where it's not really a FOMO time, but
yeah.
There's still packs available. Maybe really.
I think they had issues today at the tail end of the common drop, where they had the queue paused for a long time. Lunchable says his pack purchase didn't go through, took the Dapper balance, and the wheel kept spinning. Then 5 hours later, I got an email saying purchase wasn't processed. So it sounds like is
it live right now? Can I go in and get myself?
I just tried. It said my queue didn't work or something.
I'm trying right now to claim my pack that I successfully purchased. Okay, it says I can open it here.
Someone said Dapper was down.
So this is an interesting take. The packs every 2 weeks is a bad idea. Top Shot all over again. I'm with you that they could push it like a little bit more, like maybe quarterly, like every 4 weeks. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, 2 weeks is still a decent amount of time for cool moments to pile up, but I agree you could wait.
It's just the quantity, right? Like, I think it's just like, how many are they releasing? Are they releasing 50,000 packs? Okay, well, then that's never going to make people happy. But I think every 2 weeks, there's definitely enough plays. But I just wish they would almost scrap the common stuff. Yeah. Like the original thing about coming on starter packs, all that. That's where the common stuff should be. But I don't want to like line up and end up with, punter's common moment right now.
I will say I had when I was going in my account today, I had gotten an airdrop. I think it was like the celebration pack or something that I had forgot. And I have been playing the Rumble contests, but I've been like reluctant to go buy moments for that. And like I pulled a Christian McCaffrey common, which, it has a $20 market value, but in the Rumble contests, like that's a really, really nice player to have. So if you are playing the Rumble stuff, it is nice to kind of build out your options for stacking and stuff in there. And I believe there's a bigger prize pool this week for the Rumble stuff. So I've still been building my one lineup for that. Let's see here though. I got my pack. We'll save the music for the real one, but let's see what I got here for my standard.
It's a dream come true.
Chris
Finally be
Olave,
there.
all right.
Okay.
That's not bad.
And actually be in the NFL, it's a dream come true. And I'm cherishing every day and trying to get better every day. My speed is a huge trait of mine, but I feel like I'm just a game changer. That would be my best trait. I feel like to change the game at any time, take the top off at any time. Just control what you can.
That's crazy. I also feel like I'm a game changer.
Dude, his hit, man, he looked like he was out cold this weekend.
Yeah. That was tough.
Not like a, yeah. Let's. Oh my God, Chuck! I pulled 3 punches in an offense.
That's a joke, right? That's
It
a
is.
joke. Okay.
I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you ripped an offensive coordinator?
I mean, I would have bought the what's his name moment, the Bills coordinator smashing after the Dolphins loss.
Yeah. God. Oh yeah, that would be a good one. All right, another rookie, little Tyler Algier here.
How are you doing in Sleeper Bowl, Pete?
Sleeper Bowl, I'm 2-3, not great. I'm 4-1 in the bash though.
Okay.
I'm
about you?
3-2 there.
I'm
My
4-1
team
in the
sucks,
bash
though.
and 2-3 in Sleeper. 2 in a row.
Are you in the bash, Andy?
Yeah, I'm 3-2.
Nice.
But my team is terrible. I auto drafted most of it, and the teams are so deep. There's no like free agent players.
Yeah.
Like there's no waiver, and so I auto drafted. I don't have 2 quarterbacks I can start. I only have Lamar Jackson. My other quarterbacks were that they auto drafted me were Drew Lock and Sam Darnold.
Ooh.
And so I'm the only person in my
Darnold
league
could
who's
be.
starting
Wait,
one.
Darnold is Darnold starting this weekend?
No,
No.
they're still not ready.
Walker. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
my
gonna be PJ
only
Walker.
quarterback I start is Lamar Jackson every week, and I'm the only guy who's starting one quarterback in my league.
Wait, Andy, you're telling me you're not grinding the waivers for Bailey Zappi and PJ Walker? Come on, man.
No, I wasn't.
I don't
thought
even know
about
if those
PJ
guys
Walker.
produce more points than like a flat.
Yeah,
like,
that's.
you know.
Do I really
Let's
want one of them
go.
over?
This
You
is
got to
a
play
legitimately
it.
good
You got to
moment.
play it.
This is a legitimately good moment. Hang on.
I mean, if you don't play the clip, then you've lost your touch. From
La
Baker.
Visca! La Visca! Hasta la Visca! 40, 30, 10, touchdown! Touchdown! La Visca! La Visca! Hasta la Visca! I can't believe I hadn't bought this moment yet, and I must have known it was destiny to pull it. I assume you've seen the Spanish radio call on that, right?
I have. I don't know if Andy has.
Andy, have you
I have
seen it?
not.
Did you just okay? So you really just thought I was going fucking nuts right there.
I mean, I thought you were just having a good time. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life.
I like that. I'm weird enough that Andy just thinks that's normal behavior for me. No, they are. At Surface, like whoever does the Spanish radio broadcast for the Panthers just had, a soccer-esque call on it where them just going absolutely nuts. All right, let's see this final one here in my common pack. No George Pickens here. A Matt Ryan. Oh my God, Jack. How dusty is this?
I mean, do we need to revisit the list? Because I got absolutely torched, but I'm a visionary. I'm just a visionary.
What did you have him ranked?
28th. And I think that was too high.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
Like he doesn't even look happy after that. It's just like,
Wait, was that a good moment?
It was supposed to be after a sick catch. He's like, "Fuck, man, that was the best throw I'm gonna have all year."
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a bummer. Like I was doing a resurrection draft earlier, and I was staring at Jonathan Taylor, and not only his injury, but you're just like, this offense with Matt Ryan right now is so bad. Like I just passed on it because I was like, I just don't want to invest in a Matt Ryan offense.
Is Saquon number 1?
He went 3rd in the one I did.
Like Jefferson,
Cup and Jefferson went.
That makes sense.
He's been going top 5 in most. The ADPs are on, like, if you want whiplash from best ball summer, I mean, having 4 quarterbacks go in like the first 15 picks, like, it's insane.
Why? Lamar, Allen, Hurts, and is it Mahomes?
In Mahomes, yep. Mahomes goes a little bit later. Is the last of those.
Do Kelsey and Andrews go closer together?
Yep. They went back to back. I took Andrews at 110 in my draft that I did earlier. Yeah.
Is that because, like, especially this year, those two are like 4,000 points ahead of every other tight end?
Yeah. I know her. I saw Hertzig had a tweet too. I think it's an overreaction on the elite quarterbacks, and there's just such an opportunity cost. I think on, like, you're taking these guys over Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill. I'm like, I think this has gone too far, especially when we've seen guys like Geno and Tua and Jared Goff put up 30 in the right game environments. Like, I ended up just doing a 3 QB build with like Daniel Jones, Tua, and I forget who my third was, but it's like, I'm not fucking taking these quarterbacks in the first round.
Who's the biggest
feels like
drop?
way too much.
What's up?
Who's the biggest player drop?
I mean, this can't be the biggest, but I'll just do some, like, off the top of my head. Like, Elijah Moore went in like the 10th or 11th round after going in the 5th. Some, like, I felt were surprising how little they moved up. Like, I took Melvin Gordon in the 9th. I was like, people were taking him in the 11th under the thought of, like, what if
like
Javonte
50?
Williams
Yeah.
I was like,
and it's like he's out.
Yeah.
Well, I think people have like trackers on, like they do on whale accounts. It's now whale account, like Andy's NFTs and his fantasy. And when they saw him drop Walker for Boone, they were like, what does he know? Like, is Gordon losing touches?
Yeah, exactly. Let me see a couple other interesting.
Do you think, like, genuinely, do you think that I think people would subscribe to that if you could follow whale fantasy players? Like,
isn't that basically what, like, the fantasy pros, like, ECR shit
is that what they do? I don't know it well enough.
That's rankings. Yeah. I mean, for, like, it's a legit important process for DFS to, like, look at the top pros lineups. I mean, it's pretty insane too. Like, you can just see what they did and kind of their thought process.
There's a lot of alpha.
Yeah. Another one. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, playing the best plays, which I was cracking up at your thing because I'm actually in a cash game, like, mini league with my
on DraftKings.
Yeah. I did it last year, and, like, we just use an optimizer because the rest of the league has no clue what they're doing, and we've won the last 2 weeks. But, like, our scores would have won tournaments, but we don't enter them anywhere else because they're just like cash lineups. And you were talking today about mushing, you'd literally go on the optimizer, plug in the top players, and those are spitting out 220 points a week. It's insane.
The lineup that won the Millie Maker this week was like a stone cold cash lineup that had Gabe Davis in it instead of Olave. Like, literally just a cash lineup. It just, like, absurd. Did
the guy 2 weeks ago who played like 37 dupes win the Millie?
No, he ended up dropping down. Yeah.
Okay.
At the last second. But yeah, that would have been insane. Another one who dropped a ton, Allen Robinson, now going in like the 11th round after being a
that might be too high, honestly. I was super high on A-Rob.
Yeah. I'm
sure Mooney's dropped a lot.
He did.
He's been making plays though. 10th round, really?
Yeah, but he just isn't getting any. He's making plays on the 2 catches a game that he gets.
Here's one. Guess where Taysom Hill went in this draft that I did earlier today?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
6th round.
Like 8th.
Very good guesses. 7th round. Pick 79. Which is absolutely drunk. Like, that is completely absurd.
What? Yeah, I don't even want to get into
because the other thing is, if you like if you were getting his points from this past week, I would
Right.
kind of get it because it gives you, but it's like you don't get those.
It's just going
He
forward.
just had his best game of the season on 8 touches. But people are drunk for Taysom Hill right now. I'll tell you that much. Yeah,
I feel very vindicated because I was drafting him a lot actually. Like I have pretty decent exposure to him at my tight end position.
There you go. Our
Let's
buddy
see.
Davis Maddock was jamming Taysom Hill. He's been doing
Yeah, my biggest problem, I was looking at my my stuff today, is just that I have significantly my highest exposure players are Elijah Mitchell and Tua. So
that's
Ooh.
brutal. People
yeah,
still
but then my
drafting
third
Eli
highest
Mitchell.
one, and this was me, you know, I watched football, Raheem Mostert. And then fourth was Mark Andrews. Feel pretty good about those.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, man, he's been.
Oh, did they do the top score this week, leaderboards?
They did. Yeah.
What was the number?
I think a team cracked 800 points.
Jesus.
Yeah, I can pull it up here.
Yeah, Taysom Hill's my 4th highest exposure. Andrews, Freiermuth, Waller, and then Hill.
It's hilarious looking at these teams. Like you'll look at your best team, it has Kyle Pitts on it, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's because I drafted Taysom Hill with the last round pick. That's the only reason. So the team,
but in theory, that's like a good thing if you think Pitts.
Yeah, I mean, all right, team that. So the top roster right now: Cooper Kupp, Mark Andrews, Nick Chubb, Breece Hall, Lamar, Amari, Jacobs, Hawkinson, Robert Woods, Russell Gage, Tolbert, Cousins, Freiermuth, James Robinson, Jamal Williams, Corey Davis, Kendrick Bourne, Kenny Pickett. Wow. So like literally outside of James Robinson, this is just like the first 8 picks. Like it's just been completely carrying this team.
I feel pretty good. My highest scoring team.
That's it. Yeah, you're right.
I like a lot.
But he is very live with. No, because he's got Jamal. Yeah. He's got Jamal too.
Yeah, those 2 picks. I mean,
he's super live. So what's he have? 3 tight ends?
Hawk, Freiermuth. Who's the third? Oh, and Andrews. Yeah. And also what's weird
and now
is
he's got 3 quarterbacks.
In an unstacked Kirk Cousins. That's a weird one. I mean, who am I to so here's the full leaderboard right now.
This is the best, is questioning the guy who has 823 fantasy points.
Yep. Edu Tang, 823.4. Freddie Floaters.
What's the lowest top 500? I just want to crack it one. Fuck. It's 722.
My best is 700.
You know, I week 17 is all that matters. So if you know, week 5 was all that matters, like shout out to these guys. But you know, some of a long game.
I have a pretty nice, not quite 0 RB, but close to it team that's doing pretty well. It's my highest scoring team. It's Zach Wilson and Josh Allen at QB. I don't know why I said Zach Wilson first.
Yeah, slow roll.
Yeah. And then at RB, I have Breece Hall, AJ Dillon, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Walker, Jamal Williams, which is like worked out very nicely for that whole section. And then Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Elijah Moore, Tyler Boyd, Jacoby Myers, who's been really good, and then Darren Waller and Njoku. But I like that team. It's pretty good.
That's a good squad.
That is nice. I'm getting excited because 2 of my heaviest bags are Eno Benjamin and Kenneth Walker, and looks like they might be ready to blast off here.
When you say 2 of your heaviest bags, what percentage? Because I got shit obviously for my flat exposure, but my top player is Saquon.
But I didn't have, I think Hamler was my highest at like 21. Eno was my second or third at like 18%. And then Kenneth Walker, I'm at like 14%.
Wow.
We got our guy, Gormanji, a best ball
What's up?
aficionado himself. How you doing, man?
I'm great. Definitely do not call me a best ball aficionado because I've been looking at my teams these past few weeks, and it's like the old West movies. You just see the tumbleweeds floating down the road, like just dust everywhere.
And are you a masochist? Are you going through and looking at all the teams, trying to see how they turn around? Or are you like me, where a watch pot doesn't boil?
Oh God, no. I mean, I don't even have that many. I think I only have like 30 something BBM, but I'm not going through all of them. I'm just looking at the couple that are actually in the money right now. And then I sent that one to the Discord, which it has to be like a bottom 100 out of any team drafted. Like seriously, it's so bad.
Oh, I did want to say I got in the first BBM3 draft, the entire thing,
I remember
because
that.
my sources, and I got the first pick. It is, out of my 150 teams, the lowest scoring team by maybe 100 points. Like I have 440 points.
I'm curious what my lowest scoring is. I think it's really bad.
440. So this whole draft early concept, Underdog's gonna yell at me for saying this, but I don't know, because the best team. No, I have 406 points. The best team is 687.
465 is my worst.
406.
That's impressive.
To be fair, I did take Lance, so he is a 0. I have Chris Carson, who's retired.
I have Chris Carson.
That's on you.
But hey, I thought he was going to be RB1 if Rashad Penny got hurt. How was I supposed to know?
I love how like sick and how normalized maxing BBM3 is around here, to where Gormanji was sheepish to say he only drafted 30 teams.
I mean, I'm
like
not going to lie. I was a little surprised that you could draft that few amount of squads.
Yeah.
Well, you got
I'm
a
busy.
job, you got kids. Apparently, you can't just 150 max the contest. How else has your season been going, Gormanji? Are you getting dusted in DFS like us too?
Yes. It's just like it's been brutal. I mean, you have these weeks, like last week I had, one of my 5 or 6 teams was an Allen, Gabe, Shakir team, and it's like, it's popping off, but you can't just fit the pieces around it. I had a couple 2 doubles that one week with Andrews, but like not the right pieces. And when enough people have those, you're like, these teams are scoring 200 plus points, but it doesn't even matter.
But
so yeah,
you decided to get in line for this pack drop. Were you like me, I in that Pickens moment?
Totally, yeah. I mean, I joined most of the drops just for the stuff because I still love opening the packs. Like regardless of how poor the moment curation can be on some of these, like it's still fun to get the packs and like have that anticipation of hopefully ripping something really sick.
Yeah, I know it still sucks you in. And when you do have what feels like a legit prize to win, I think the closest it felt for Top Shot for me, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a moment, was that Anthony Edwards dunk. Like that one was like, holy shit, that's the play that you want.
That was really fun. That was a good one.
I feel like that was a good one too, where Top Shot, didn't they release the moment like super quickly after the dunk actually happened? So it was like fresh in everybody's mind. There was actually a lot of excitement still around it.
Yeah. And I believe, I'm sure a thought leader can let me know if I'm wrong. I think they did a pretty limited number for the George Pickens. I think it's a legendary just out of 99, which makes it feel much more special too. Look at this in the chat. We're getting DVP numbers here. Seahawks have surrendered 80 points to the tight end position over the last 2 weeks. Wow, Foster. What other stats do you have for us tonight? Who do the Seahawks play this week?
Cardinals.
Oh, you're right. All right, Zach Ertz is in. You heard it here first.
Trey McBride, one time.
Trey McBride. That might take a little while.
Yeah, I'm not holding out any hope for that.
Cliff Kingsbury using his most talented players? That's not something he likes to do. Should we open packs, or do you guys want to do an underdog draft first? All this underdog talk kind of has me wanting to do.
Let's do that.
Let's do a draft, and then we'll open the packs. We can walk off.
You guys want? I like that. You guys want to do the? It doesn't look like they have the $50 one up. You want to do the 25, the goal line stand? All right. Let's
do it.
I think, is this one single entry? No, to the contrary, 67 entries. I'm sure Jennings is maxing this out as we speak.
That guy's such an animal.
He really is. I know I was listening to him. He was on Bet the Process podcast, and he's talking about Underdog, and they were like asking him how many Underdog drafts he did, and they couldn't wrap their head around how many he had done this year.
Well, like it's funny the different like situations or levels on this stuff where like I can't have a conversation with any of like the normies around here about fantasy football because they'll just be like, how many leagues are you in? And it's like, well, you have to break it down. Is it best ball, like high stakes, home leagues? And so I'll just throw out a random number. And it's always like, you go to the doctor and they'll ask you how many alcoholic drinks you have in a week. And it's just like, take whatever number it is and divide by like 10 or 4 or whatever. Yeah. And it's like the same thing. It's be like 5. And they'll be like, you're in 5 leagues. Like, how do you manage that? Or like,
you're
why?
Like, I don't. It's best ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Adam Thielen at the top?
Oh, this is funny because I was I drafted Olave in a draft I did before. And so I was setting my rank for that team in case he's out. But I should so he's not going to be at top my queue. I should actually change that.
I was like,
no, actually, Adam Thielen, I was just digging into the numbers. Miami's been really bad. I think he's your number 1 overall pick this week. All right, we need a couple more people. Hop in this, you nits. 5 more people for this draft. It's like the Battle Royales, but it's 12-person. Last week,
which one is
I
it?
drafted a walk-off. No, this one. Oh, yeah, goal line stand. I like the prize structures on these. Are pretty nice. Have you been doing? Or you still can't, Andy? You still can't do battle royales, can you?
No, I cannot.
You're in Connecticut, Andy?
I'm stuck here. Yeah, right now I'm stuck in this shitty state. Can't do Underdog, so I'm just blasting off ridiculous FanDuel same game parlays and losing money on those. That's not the same.
Are you guys in the process of buying a place, or are you looking still to rent a new place?
Yeah, so we bought a place forever ago, and it's just been like uber delayed. Like at this point, I think we're at month like 6 past when we were supposed to like close on the place.
He does it again.
Influencer 101.
But yeah, so it seems like maybe the end of this month. But at this point, I've completely given up all hope, and so now I just live at my fiance's parents' house.
There you go. And when there's emergencies, he just kind of boards himself up in this room and drafts fantasy teams.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Could be worse.
All right,
what's the structure of this guy?
So it's the exact same as a battle royale, except there's 12 teams instead of 6. So week 6, you got to start 1 QB, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and a flex. What are you going to do? 101, Jack? Are you going to capitulate to the quarterback movement?
Obviously. Come on.
Are you going to take the homer pick?
I think it makes sense. I mean, the Chiefs D does look susceptible, and the Giants are playing good football, but Lamar historically just destroys mediocre teams. And as much as I love the G-men, I don't know. They're like good. They're like decently good. Football is not that complicated, realistically. Like to be good. Like if you have like a smart coach, you like don't turn the ball over, which Jones hasn't been doing. It's like you'll win. I would say half your games.
Wow, you heard it here from Jack first. Football's pretty easy.
I'm like.
Do you disagree?
Did Alan Lazard just go with the 7th pick?
What the fuck? What are we doing here, in longer? What a choice!
Wait,
an absolute.
I mean, it feels pretty good to get Cooper Kupp with the 5th pick.
Yeah, that felt like a gift for sure. Which are you in this one, Gormanji, or no?
No, I didn't even jump in.
Okay.
Figure I'll second.
I know Willis. I forgot again. Although last time I forgot to consult with him, I drafted the nut team, so we're getting it started on the same foot.
I would have said to take Cooper Cup anyways too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe Alan Lazard. But...
Yeah.
That's what Foster
Well, the
said.
problem is
They sniped him.
you probably assumed we could get him on the wrap here in the second.
I know. He's
Yeah, I
normally
mean, I
there.
knew it was ballsy to hope we could get him there, but
Well, the same thing happened. We drafted one of these on Lulz a couple weeks ago, and the guy went fucking buck wild. And then you start to worry, is he just wasting all of our time? And then this is going to get thrown out. So please pull it together in Monger.
I've only ever had that happen once.
Yeah. All right. Don't.
The guy drafted like 9 quarterbacks.
I had a guy today in my resurrection draft that had 5 quarterbacks and 9 running backs and was clearly auto drafting.
So is the strategy, if you like fuck up your first 2 picks, you just grief the draft so bad that Underdog undoes it?
I think there's more locking accounts concerns. Like you probably get 1 warning on stuff like that, but if you keep doing it, I bet you would get banned.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was drafting with my brother and weird as shit. If you've ever like been drafting on the road before, when you like go into a dead zone, like some funky shit will happen. I have no clue how. We even talked to Rubman about it. He's like, that's literally impossible. 3rd pick overall, he took Freiermuth, like accidentally, but he obviously didn't cue Freiermuth, so we have no clue what happened. But the draft stayed because he ended up drafting. Like it has to be an egregious, like intentional.
Yeah,
look.
just taking a dumb pick for 3rd overall is not enough
Right.
to cancel a draft.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right, what are we looking at here?
well, first of all, Inmonger's really skirting up against it. Zach Ertz is just plausible enough to get away with it. I guess
he
that's
heard the
fine.
Ertz alpha.
He heard you're right. Seattle defense against it. Ah, shit. I was gonna say
Flow chart.
McCaffrey would have been a
Yeah.
smash for us, Andy.
Let's see.
What do you like? Can chase the Gabe Davis week.
Taysom
Also-
Hill is
Can also
Jesus.
I don't hate Cook or Metcalf.
let's do Metcalf.
I mean, I'm happy to run back Geno.
That's what I was starting to think. Little club top shot.
The
Geno
Seahawks
magic.
have the highest DVOA in the league. Like their offense is good. I don't feel good about it, but
Geno's throwing downfield too, which is the craziest part.
Yeah.
Like, they're super aggressive.
oh yeah, he's letting it rip. It's awesome.
God, just it honestly is awesome just to get like a treasure trove of picks for Russ Wilson, watch him flounder in Denver, and then just open up the offense with Geno Smith of all people.
And like the most hilarious thing is he's not even like that old. You could like totally tell yourself this story where he has like this second half of a career renaissance, and all of a sudden, like in his 30s, he's just a really good quarterback for the Seahawks.
I know it's like it's been a talking point that has been beaten to death, but it is truly insane. Like the Freaky Friday situation. Like if someone scripted it, like if I saw an NFL fanfic script and it was like Geno Smith becomes really good throwing the ball with Pete Carroll and Russ turns into a pumpkin in Denver with all these weapons, I'd be like, fuck off. This is too unrealistic. No one is going to buy it. Like it's wild to me that I still can't wrap my head around what's going on with these two.
Yeah, I mean it's really ridiculous. I do think one thing that like was people overestimated was just like there was this whole like, oh, Russ with all these weapons. Like I think people are really discrediting how good Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are. Like they are two, like as when it comes to top 2 receivers on teams, they're really, really up there. And I think that Russ moving somewhere else now has really proven that, where like they're still putting up serious numbers without Russ, and Russ is not doing as well without them.
Yeah. I was going to say we could take Dalvin if he slid all the way back. Do you want to just run this back with Lockett?
I don't see why we don't.
I mean, the magic.
We could probably end it off with a Benjamin or something.
Ooh. Now we're talking. And Sadly,
Zach Ertz was taken already. Yeah,
I know.
that's like a nice, easy, high variance last pick.
Or we
Give
could
us a little
take,
differentiation.
we could take Trey McBride for Gormanji. We'll will it into existence. What other interest? All right, Jack. So you have Lamar, Ramondre, and Godwin. Yeah, Ramondre is going to be such a smash this week.
Corner has him ranked number 1 in his fantasy rankings.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, Cleveland has been getting smoked. Have you been following Rudman's tweets? He's like very convinced the Patriots are an excellent football team. No, seriously. Like I was texting with him too, and he's like, "No, we're nasty." And he was so out on them to begin the year, and even when they were losing, he was like, "No, we're gonna round into form." Now I'm like, are they gonna be good,
dude?
The Patriots defense is really good.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Run game's really strong.
And
like
Tyquan Thornton is going to be a big boost for their offense. You think I'm bullshitting, but
I wasn't sure if that was like a bit or
dead in the second half of the season.
No, when was the last time they had anyone who had any speed in that wide receiver room?
Yeah.
It's been ages.
Bethel Johnson.
And Jacoby is rock solid. Like you don't want Jacoby to be your number 1, but he's a rock solid wide receiver.
So
he's been playing very well.
Smith, like, does he get snaps?
Who?
Jonnu.
He was out last week.
Yeah, he's hurt. He went to the locker room the week prior. I'm not sure what it was though.
Yeah, do you guys think Dak's getting Wally pipped here by Cooper Rush?
When Dak's back, he'll be back, but they're going to roll with Rush this week for sure.
I love Jerry's quotes about it. He's like, we might got ourselves a controversy. Like, he just loves drama so much.
Yeah. How about, what do you think about did Mac Jones lose his starting job to the Zapster?
Yeah. You know what I'll say? Kenneth Walker going at 37 is a really nice value.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about Wilson? Why is Wilson still on the board?
Yeah, I was looking at Paulson's rankings, Jack. He has Ramondre 5th overall this week. So, I mean, yeah, everybody has Ramondre aggressively ranked.
Who do the Pats play this week? I don't really know the schedule for this week yet.
Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah, I normally learn the schedule for the week by playing Underdog. So
yeah,
I don't know who anyone's playing.
It's a good week. I think I think Browns are 2.5 or 3-point favorites. Last I saw.
Let's see. Schedule.
All right. I'm going to lock up Gino for us. He's at the top.
Yeah, definitely want to get him.
Are
now we
people
have pretty good
afraid
flexibility.
of Tevin Coleman? Is that what's going on here?
I think they might be. It's just such an easy narrative to be like, well, Kyle Shanahan reunited with his old flame, Tevin Coleman.
Wilson's coming off back-to-back 100-plus.
No, I know.
Game.
I'm just putting myself in the mind of a mid IQ. Myself included. That's why it's so easy for me.
So 1, 5.
Uh-oh.
Teddy Bridgewater is going to play this week, right?
I mean, I haven't heard an update on Tua. The Teddy stuff was weird because they put him in the concussion protocol and then it was that he didn't actually have a concussion.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen an update on Tua. Have you guys?
He's not going to play. No shot.
Yeah.
Teddy might not play with the new rules. Hey, he should be, but who knows at this point.
All right, Andy. So we are going to need to do we can wait on our running back. So we now need a tight end, a one-off tight end.
Yeah, I think we just take best available.
You want to do Njoku? He's been playing really well.
Yeah. My only concern is actually the Patriots defense, but I think
I'm also down for that's pretty interesting to me there. I can't believe that. If you would have told me again that I'd be sitting here with Kyle Pitts available at pick 53 and not even utter his name, I would start weeping.
He's questionable though.
No, I know.
Even if he wasn't.
Exactly. It's so bad.
Well, he wouldn't be there, would he?
I don't know. At this point, it's been a lot of weeks. Like, it's not just like, oh, slow start to the season anymore.
I mean, they have a really tough matchup this week too. I mean, they could legitimately run like 45 plays that entire game.
Yeah. Well, Arthur Smith's goal is to run 45 plays every game, regardless of opponent.
Yeah. I mean, San Francisco could just have these like 9-minute drives where they're just running it down their throats. And
It's so, and what's crazy is at first it was like, all right, Arthur Smith's going to kill Kyle Pitts, but at least Drake London can soar. And now we're like, no, this dude's taking everything down with him. It's brutal.
you knew it was bad 2 weeks ago when he was like calling those 14 straight running plays and getting so excited, running the damn ball down their throats. Like
And
the clip of him cheering on the sideline.
I think it was the start of last season too, or for a lot of last season, like they were the team that would be down, like 2 touchdowns and just fourth quarter running like Mike Davis on like third down, like just the most tilting play calling you could ever see. It's so frustrating. All right, let's see these teams. Okay, we got Rashad Bateman. Sources say he's going to be back.
No clue if he's going to play, but I like him. Although Duvernay's been awesome, and I really was drafting Prochet over him. That was a major miss, but yeah, he's been pretty fantastic for us.
I mean, the thing is, even if Bateman comes back, it seems unlikely he's going to play a full allotment of snaps, right?
Yeah. On that turf, too. I literally don't care what happens Sunday as long as we leave the field relatively healthy. That stadium is a nightmare.
Trying to see what other teams we got here. Hodge stacked up Mahomes with Juju. Women's has the Joe Burrow with the little T. Higgins injury discount there. Man, the reporting on that T. Higgins stuff was so frustrating.
I didn't even. Was it reported?
He wasn't on the injury report.
Yeah.
He was. Everyone just assumed full go, and then the quotes after the game was like, he really wanted to gut it out through this ankle injury, and we thought we would, use him in situational things if we needed to, like high leverage situations. Like, put that on the fucking injury report.
All right.
We got to do Eno, right, Andy? I think that's.
I think it's the move. Yeah.
He won't be drafted in a bunch of these, or at least early and maybe later in the week. He will be, and we play for the Geno onslaught.
What is your team?
And I mean, the Seahawks
Don't
start
laugh at
so
this team.
weird. This team is.
What do you like? Are you questioning? We galaxy brain the Geno double with Taysom Hill, and we ran it back for a fucking sequel. Benjamin is our generation's Taysom Hill.
700 on a $50 entry last week.
Yeah.
I'm going. No, you fucking kidding me?
You wanted Kyle Pitts?
Yeah, I have Wilson. Oh my god, that's horseshit. All right. That's
wow.
ridiculous.
Look at how far Jack's come. So tilted to have his mini correlation ruined.
Win me 10K, Evan Ingram. Come on.
Evan Ingram. Those words have never been uttered before. Win me 10K, Evan Ingram.
No, that's not true. There's a lot of faith in the fantasy community over Evan Ingram the first 9 years of his career.
That is true. He was the one that he
actually might have been the OG Kyle Pitts, not the alien that Pitts is supposed to be, but he was like he was the guy for a little.
Wasn't him and Njoku the same draft class?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We've drafted our team. It's now time to chase this George Pickens catch.
Yo, what up? It's DJ Pete Overzet. Welcome to the club. We didn't think things were going to get popping tonight, but it's about to get lit. behind door number 2. It's a 3-pointer. 13-25. Kevin Durant. We're gonna get a LaMelo. We're gonna get a Luka. We're gonna get a LeBron. Victory reveal. Let's go. God damn it! I don't need another layup. To the window. To the wall. The De'Aaron Fox stripped down my ball. 293 assists. 293. Everybody get their drinks. Let's get a cheers tonight before we open up these 9 packs.
Where'd you go, Jack?
Every time, this is what happened at the beginning. You play the intro and it like messes my StreamYard. I don't know why.
Wow.
It just pauses, and I don't even get to watch blank Jeremy Levine and Pete Jennings when I used to be a part of this.
All right, Gormanji. So I think we just have 2 packs, right? My premium and Gormanji. Did you get a premium or a common?
I got a premium and a common.
Ooh, okay. Why don't we start with your common then?
All right. I'm going to claim it now.
Dude, this is a crazy stat. We were talking about the Chiefs before. Prior to this season, Patrick Mahomes is from Ryan McDowell, had never gone more than 4 games without supporting a weekly wide receiver 1 top 12 performance. This season, the Chiefs have not even had a top 24 weekly wide receiver through 5 games. Like no one.
I mean, besides Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be interesting for DFS this week with how much interest there's going to be in that game. I mean, there's nobody besides Kelsey you really would want to play with Mahomes at this point.
Yeah.
I think as much interest as there is, like Buffalo is an elite defense. I don't think that that's a bad fade.
Yeah. Gormanji, you need the audio instructions here?
I do, but I'm also still waiting for this pack to load.
Okay. I can do mine here.
When they say it could take up to 10 minutes, they're apparently dead serious about that.
Yeah, it's in the content biz, some of us kind of know our way around these dapper products. We hit our claim a little earlier in the show, kind of set it up, but I don't expect everyone else just to, be able to navigate so cleanly like this. Here we go. George Pickens 1 time. The real question is,
wait, whose is this?
This is mine.
Okay.
That's Pete's.
There he is.
Oh,
George Pickens is right there.
You can take.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else good in here?
I think there's a Daniel Jones melt.
Ooh.
I honestly didn't look through the moments that closely. I think there's a couple rookies' first career touchdown catches in here. Let's see here.
Obviously, get the phone call. It's a Maryland number. Baltimore's up to pick, so I knew it was Baltimore. Knew they liked me throughout the process, stuff like that. But once I get the call, I just freeze and black out in that moment because you know what it is. You've been working for that moment your whole life, and have everybody there who's brought me up and helped me get there with me in that moment in the green room was pretty awesome.
Normally, I'd be tilted about a defensive moment, but playing Rumble because you use an individual defensive player as a proxy for your team defense scoring. So right now, I think all I had was a Steelers defense I'd been rolling out every week. So now we can add the Ravens.
Now you have the 32nd and 24th DVOA defense to pick between.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah, that was the Ravens' only 4th turnover all year, right?
Nah, we have a bunch
Lenny.
of interceptions. Fat Lenny.
I'll take it.
He's Christian McCaffrey, by the way. He's double-digit receptions every game.
Even with Rachaad White's role coming along, he still just has such nice usage.
Great.
Yeah, exactly. Touchdowns that other game. So many touches.
Jacoby.
Let's go.
This is actually nice.
Patriot
This is
great.
actually a nice moment.
That's a sick run. That's a really sick run. He's played
brisket,
shockingly well this year.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Browns should totally be 5-0.
I mean, this is more an indictment of the Falcons, honestly. Like, it's a cool run, but I mean, goddamn Falcons. All right, Dusty Cam Akers.
God.
Do you think this moment will increase in value when he's out of the league by week 14?
Yeah, it's like a dead artist.
Yeah, his last touchdown.
Oh my God. All right, moment of truth. Pickens or bust? Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
Oh, I see a bear. That can't be good. Oh no, I got the
DJ.
There you go. I saw Chicago Bears and I was like, I swear to God.
He had multiple rushing touchdowns. Think about how valuable this melt would be if he had just finished the game. He could have 4 rushing touchdowns.
I still do not believe their record right now with fucking Darius Slayton as their wide receiver 1.
Seriously.
All right.
Get Kadarius Toney a couple working hamstrings, please.
Yeah. You strike me as someone who had like 28% Kadarius Toney, Gormanji.
I don't even want to look, but I know.
I had a lot of Tony. I mean, if he comes back.
Let's see, do I click present here or some other?
Yeah, StreamYard changed their language. It's not screen share, it's present.
Okay, see that's why then. Would like to record. No, thank you.
Wins all day. Remember when Top Shot rolled out the like record yourself during a pack drop feature?
I thought that was a decent idea.
I did think it was a decent idea, but in like the use cases for it are just so slim.
All right, this is the standard one. I'm gonna do a reveal all here.
Wow, Gormanji just
Let's go.
In honor of Andy.
All right, pick it. Nice.
Is this the sweet Jamal Williams touchdown run, the beast mode run?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, that one was sweet.
It looks good.
During drafting season, I did not think he was capable of a run like that.
Let's see this Kenny.
Never really knew where I was going to be going. I think I had a range of like 6 to 20. Everyone kind of thought that was where it was going to be. There's a lot of trades going on, like the mid round, like 12 to 15 area. So I thought that was where I was going to go.
Oh, to Mel. So it's 2 rushing touchdowns.
2 rushing, 2 sneaks.
Yeah.
All right. Moment of truth. As it says something went wrong. Classic. Absolutely classic. I literally had never heard of the defensive player on that one. Bolton?
Nick Bolton?
Never.
Yeah, I've never heard
You
of
don't
that guy.
so you don't watch football?
What do you mean? I watch 7 hours of commercial-free football every single Sunday.
So only have a
still
player
go.
to pick 6 because you maybe know a defensive player.
I mean, that's generous. That's generous. What was it on the Swolecast last week? Someone got really mad because I thought there's like Chauncey Sauce Gardner and then Sauce Gardner, and I thought they were the same person. Someone got really bad. Someone said they were done watching the Swolecast because we didn't know those football players.
That was for probably other reasons. But what about from a fantasy perspective? Aren't there like matchups like slot corner shutting down? No?
Check the studies, Jack.
No.
There's no stickiness.
That was very 5 years ago.
Yeah. Defense. Jack wasn't around for the hashtag defenses don't matter era of fantasy Twitter.
The great DVP cornerback matchup wars of 2018. God, what a time to be alive.
Well, I was talking about my hot take before this season was that Underdog's the sharpest by far, but that it's really not that sharp because we're kind of in this echo chamber where like you don't draft Josh Jacobs is the worst draft pick ever. And like, he's a top 3 back this year so far. And obviously the majority is right, but I think there's still an edge to.
Yeah. What's your edge, Jack?
17% Saquon Barkley.
Jack's edge is hearing from like a buddy that they were going to throw the ball. Just saying, like,
They're not even throwing it. They're not even throwing it to him.
Yeah.
They're not even. He's just dominating.
All right, walk-off pack.
Let's go.
Guy Gormanji. Don't do the. It looks like yours is the first one, so you got to go
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, exactly. We'll start over here on the right.
Like
All
we're
day,
Hebrew.
keeping us on our feet.
Oh, there it is.
Algier.
Ah.
All
Algier.
right, nice.
This is what I say crying into my pillow every night, GA. You can still fail us in 5 weeks.
It's a dream come true. Finally be there. Finally put that new helmet on and actually be in the NFL.
Basically, yeah.
It's a dream come true. And, I'm cherishing every day and trying to get better every day. My speed is a huge trait of mine, but I feel
Very cool, Chris.
Very cool. Jordan Poyer, come
Boy.
again?
You remember this one, Jack?
I do.
Nice holding that they didn't call right there.
Are you a Bills fan?
Yeah.
Awkward.
Yikes, Lamar. Just throw it out of bounds. They're on the
Nice
two.
to learn who Jordan Poyer is.
Yeah, that was. He had it too. He just needed to let it rip like 3 seconds sooner. Oh,
You are duping me. But you're getting the dusty
hilarious.
dip.
Wait, Pete. You do or don't know Jordan Poyer?
I don't know Jordan Poyer. That's not
Okay.
it.
I know you're married. I know you're having a kid. But
Where are you going with this?
I know where he's going.
spend 10 minutes, go down the Jordan Poyer rabbit hole. I think you'll be happy.
This is like, does he have a sex tape? Like, what do you?
He'll
what do
fuck you.
No.
He'll
No.
fuck you.
All right,
You'll
All
figure
right.
it out.
all right. Walk
Come
off,
on.
and then we all go and Google Jordan Poyer. Apparently,
No, he needs to
do
be on
it.
like an incognito
No Daniel
browser.
Jones.
Ooh, nice cereal. Oh.
never
At
heard
this
of
point in
this
his
guy.
career, he's a starter. He started week
Have you
one.
used that?
In
No,
his rookie
I
year.
don't know
So
this.
he's proven to the team
This is
that chose
Wait,
him that
Victor
they made the
Sherman's
right
talking
decision. And
about?
not only did they make the
You
right
know it's
decision,
bad when
but I'm the
they
guy.
have to bring someone else
over the
in
last
who's
2
not
weeks,
the
not only
original
is he
player
the guy,
to
Yeah.
explain
He's
why
I
it's
didn't
good.
even realize that was
Football
Richard
league. The
Sherman.
quarterback play actions, and then it's an over with the post. It's the simplest call in ball.
Not to mention,
And they
he's picking
decided
off
to run it
Hawkinson
with
in
a
the
tight
game
end,
where
which was the
Hawkinson
first
dropped
mistake. You're going to
40.
run it with a tight end on arguably
That's
the fastest
it.
corner in national football.
Show's over. We'll see you next week.